comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So one of the greatest injustices in the history of sports went down today at the Under 8s presentation in Western Sydney. A scandal that will rock sports itself to its very foundations. A travesty that will echo through the ages. People will talk about the injustice that was done today at the Under 8s presentation, award ceremony. I'm not sure sports will ever really recover. So I've told you about my son's soccer team, the wokest team in Sydney. The coach has never played sports before. He took his wife's last name. Everyone's patting each other on the back. How fucking nice everyone is. The team's losing 100-0 every fucking game. My kid's the only one who can actually fucking play. Yeah, he might hog the ball a little bit, but who's he going to pass it to? Like, who the fuck is he going to pass it to? Anyway, it was the award ceremony today. And without a doubt, without a single bias as a parent, without any fucking question at all, my son was the most valuable player in the team. I don't even know who the second player would be. Probably the coach's son, who's a little cunt. Anyway, I've told you how woke the team is. I've also told you about one of the players, the little Adrian cunt that goes goalie and lets through maybe like 10 goals per game. He doesn't even try and stop it. He just stands there. When the ball comes to him, he runs to the side and just lets the ball go through. He's the worst athlete, sports player I've ever seen in my entire life over any sport, any age group, any sport. He's not only the worst player in the team, he's the worst player in the league. He's not only the worst player in the league, he's the worst athlete there's ever been. This is his classic move. He will run as fast as he can towards the ball, which isn't that fast, by the way, and about fucking 2 or 3 meters from getting there, even if he's like the first one there by 10 seconds, he'll slow down and jog and wait for the opposition to take it, terrified of taking the ball himself. And it would be all right if he was like a humble like kid. If he was just a nerd kid that has like social anxiety and, I don't know, partially autistic. Well, I think he's partially autistic, but he's like an arrogant, like he thinks he's good. His parents are pumping him up. The fucking other parents are pumping him up. He's letting through goals like they're fucking Tic Tacs or something. That doesn't even make sense, but who gives a fuck? I'm fired up. Anyway, the award ceremony today. The players walk up there, they receive their medal, participation medal for a season well played. The last player goes up there, gets his medal, and now it's time to announce the most valuable player of the year. People are looking around, they're holding their breath. This is the Under 8s. This is where it all starts. This is where heroes are made. This is make or break. I mean, the kids are doing cartwheels and shit. They're not even paying attention, but the parents know. The parents fucking know what it is. The lady gets on the mic and the crowd hushes. And the winner of Under 7-8B's 2024 Most Valuable Player is Adrian. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's happened with the world? Is up down? Is left right? We are rewarding retardedness now? I wanted to be like, all right, what exactly was the criteria? What was the criteria for this? Does my son have to be a little bit more spastic? Like, seriously, what the fuck has to happen? And the absolute injustice of it. So, all the inputs in life now are completely skewed. Now we're living in a world where everything is back to front. The injustice. So my son, who I'm fucking hit him with a wooden boomerang on his shins to fucking toughen him up. He's out there training fucking like an hour a day. I'm kicking him out of the house. He's kicking against the wall. He's putting in the hours to be the best player on the side. He's got all the inputs, and the output is a fucking retarded spastic kid is now the most valuable player. It's communism. They've taken over sports now. The last place you thought the communists could fucking take over is the sport. The only thing that is close to a meritocracy, the sporting field, and the communists have fucking hijacked it. From each according to his ability to each according to his needs. That's the communist mantra. So my son plays hard, kicks fucking half the team's goals, more than half, shows the ability, and then the kid who needs it is the retarded kid. The spoils go to the retarded kid. And then he's walking around like a fucking peacock. Chest out. I just felt like picking up a soccer ball and just gunning it right at his fucking head. Like hitting him so hard in the head that he does like a side cartwheel. And now the whole fucking trajectory of history is off balance now. And it's up to me to fix it. Like, here's an example. So let's say my son does become good at soccer, ends up playing for Barcelona or something like that. This little cunt, who was the worst player in the fucking team, in the league, possibly the world, I've never seen such incompetency and weakness in another human being in my life. Anyway, he wins the fucking MVP this year. The same team my son's in. Let's say my son makes Barcelona. Now this little cunt, when he gets older and has kids, he'll be like, when I was a kid, I used to play soccer with him and I won the MVP. I won the most valuable player in the team. I beat him. And then his retarded kids are going to be like, oh my God, why didn't you become a professional? And he'll be like, I wanted to focus on my studies and my schoolwork. I could have made it. I could have been in Barcelona. So now it's left to me to rewrite history or make things right. So if my son ever gets to a high league or whatever, if he ever makes anything with soccer, I'm going to this little cunt's house. I don't care how old he is, 22, 20 fucking whatever. Even if he's older, even if my son's fucking already played for Barcelona or Manchester or whatever, and he's retired, I'm going to this little cunt's house, I'm knocking on the door, and I'm going, hey, can I speak to your kids, please? And he's like, who are you? I'm like, don't fucking worry about who I am. Get your fucking kids out here now. And then he's like, all right. He brings his kids to the door. I'm like, listen, I'm the father of the famous soccer player, Le Boyal Jr. And they'll be like, yeah, he's our favorite player. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Listen to me. I don't know what your fucking dad has told you, but when your dad was 8 years old, he played in the same team as my son. And his kids will be like, yeah, Dad's told us all about it. I'm like, did anyone ask you to fucking talk? This is why your dad was so fucking shit. This is why he was so fucking shit at soccer. No fucking discipline. No one telling him to shut the fuck up. Now shut the fuck up, all right? Now, your dad and my son played on the same soccer team. One of the greatest injustices in the history of sport happened that year. Your dad, who was and probably still is one of the worst players I've ever seen in my entire life in any sport, won the most valuable player that year. And his kids will be like, yeah, he tells us about it all the time. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Now, your dad let through 200 goals that season. He was the worst player in the whole entire league. I saw him get knocked over by a girl, burst into tears, and he ran to hug his mum. And he came back 10 minutes later. Does that sound like the most valuable player to you? Now, we have been through a lot as a society. World War III was difficult to get through. The complete disintegration of the economy, that was also bad. But personally, nothing has ever affected me as much as your retarded dad winning that MVP. Now, I want that medal back. Get me that fucking medal. Get me the fucking medal now. The 2024 under 7-8B most valuable player. Get it to me right now, or I'm going to kick both these kids in the fucking head. I was so fired up about it. I just don't know how sports are going to recover from this scandal. It is an absolute fucking injustice of the highest order. I've never seen anything like it. These communists are trying to turn reality upside down. And I'm telling you, I'm not fucking letting it happen. This is it. I'm putting my foot down. The communists are fucking finished. They can take the arts, they can take the universities, they can take fucking politicians, politics, everything. But do not fuck with my sports. You've made an enemy now. You've made a very powerful enemy. Anyway, it's going to take a while to process this. So, that'll do for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you the fuck later.